Bret Shuford. Welcome to the Bret Work. I'm really excited because I just returned from 3 weeks of working in Indianapolis and Baltimore doing Hairspray and concerts. The musical, Hairspray the musical, of course. And the cast was ridiculous. It was amazing. I got to work with Beth Level, McGee Dolans, John Waters. Nick Adams played Link. Marissa Perry was Tracy. Paul Vogt. It was just really an outstanding crew with a 45-piece orchestra. I mean, it was really neat, and I got to play Corny Collins. And, but I've never done the show before, so naturally I put some extra pressure on myself, and I got horribly sick the first week of rehearsals. It's funny how the universe likes to throw wrenches in our system when you make plans, because I was really planning on, I'm going to be 100% be myself and just really show up, and then I couldn't. But I was able to get a hold of my ENT on a Sunday, of all days, thanks to Facebook, and she got me on the right path so that I was fine by the time we opened. But it started making me think about self-care, because I was really trying to hide the fact that I was sick instead of just acknowledging it, and I started thinking about self-care and what a big priority that is for me. Now, what is self-care, right? It's unique for each person, but for me, it's about doing what grounds me mentally, physically, spiritually, so that when I approach work and I show up, I'm coming from a place of confidence. Here's the trick for me is I didn't really know anything about self-care when I moved to New York. I've been in New York for 13 years, and my only priority when I got here was to be on Broadway and to eat, right? And I get it. Sometimes that is what's important, and eating is certainly part of self-care. But I couldn't just survive and be on Broadway until I started making self-care a priority for me. I was choosing not to take care of myself in order to accomplish my goals. I was involved in toxic behaviors. I was involved in boundaryless relationships. I didn't really know anything else. I wasn't really prepared. Those were my coping skills. So my first step towards self-care for me was in choosing to put down drugs and alcohol. It was one of the best decisions I ever made for myself, and also one of the hardest. It taught me how to take a day at a time, and the challenge of getting sober was and continues to be to bring a consciousness to my daily behavior that I just wasn't able to grasp before. Now, I'm only sharing this because I want to challenge people, you, to look at your own practice of self-care. What behaviors, what habits, or practices aren't serving your goals? What challenge can you give yourself to take self-care to the next level? It wasn't until I made that decision, that conscious decision to be sober on a daily basis, that I could then take the next step in my spiritual, physical, emotional, and relationship journey. In full disclosure, as my friend says, addiction is a little bit like having 4 trash cans and 3 lids. Once you put the lid on one, another reveals itself. But it's through the awareness that I realize I have a choice. Now, I choose to drink too much coffee, and sometimes I eat too much dessert, but I'll let go of that when I'm ready. Today I'm not quite ready for that. But I also choose to not practice self-care alone. There are programs, there's support groups out there. And I owe a lot personally to the Actors Fund for helping me in my early journey to self-care. When I coach clients, I tell them to start from self-care. You have to realize your goals of yes. But if you imagine your life once you've accomplished these goals, what would you be doing with your time? What would your maintenance routine be? For me, it's yoga, it's going to the chiropractor, acupuncture. I go to Longevity Health, which is a great place to go for artists. Make sure I stay up on my doctor's appointments, voice lessons, therapy, acting classes, 12-step meetings, and of course, eating healthy as much as I can. If you live today like you've accomplished your ultimate goal, then you're living today in the cycle of success. Success will be a daily reward and not a goal. Once I braved that decision of taking steps into my life from a place of self-care, a life beyond my wildest dreams has revealed itself. I learned how to start to love myself. My insecurities can really rage on me. And people who say they don't have insecurities, we all have our insecurities. It's what we choose to do with them, right? I always say that if anyone spoke to me the way that I speak to myself in my head, I would kill them. But now I'm no longer a slave to that voice. I'm now aware of it. I hear that voice and I can choose what actions to take. Do I choose a path that goes along with that insecurity, or do I choose a path that brings me to another level of self-care? And I challenge you to look at yourself, look at your practices, and let go of one toxic self-defeating behavior. Make it your priority on a daily basis and watch how your life will take you on a journey that you never expected. And let me know what that is. If there's something in your life that you feel you need to let go of today, or if anything that I shared with you is something that resonates with you, post it up on my Facebook page. Let's start a conversation about it. I really think self-care is the key to taking our lives to the next level. Thanks for checking in, and peace out.